What's up, Rockstars? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look right here. Today at work I was really bored and went through the trending at Sephora section on their site, and I've also been doing some research on how to do a cut crease for hooded eyes because my eyes are just slightly hooded, and thought that I would combine the two of them together for you today. So I did do a cut crease using the BECCA Ombre Nudes Palette, and then I decided to take it up a notch and do the metallic pigment. I didn't have one that they sell at Sephora, so it's not exactly trending at Sephora, but I used the Makeup Geek pigment in Kaleidoscope and I really enjoyed it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to start off by priming our eyes with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. Then we're going to be taking the BECCA Ombre Nudes Palette, and I'm going to be using shade number 2 to set that primer in place. Usually for this I would use shade number 1 from this palette, but we're going to be applying a pigment on the lid later that will stand out more with the little bit darker shadow underneath it. And then this also just kind of takes the place of me adding a transition shade in the next step. So we're kind of killing two birds with one stone today. Then we're going to take shade number 4 and we are going to apply that in the crease. And I'm taking an angled brush to do this because we're going to do a cut crease look. I'm going to place this above my natural crease. To give us more lid space. And when I get to the outer portion, I'm going to kind of wing it out a little bit towards that tape. So now that we have our lines drawn, we're going to take shade number 3 and we're going to blend it out so there aren't any harsh lines. For this I'm going to be using a pencil brush. This one is kind of frayed because I've had it for a really long time, and I prefer that to help blend out the shadows. You want to blend from the bottom where you put shade number 4 upwards. And I also do some back and forth motions as well, just to make sure my line isn't too harsh. It is a cut crease, so we want that line to be there, but it doesn't have to be super crazy intense either. I'm going to take a clean blending brush and just further blend so that everything is nice and seamless. Now I'm going to take the Too Faced Shadow Insurance glitter glue and we're going to put this on the lids before we apply our pigment. This stuff is legit like glue, and a little teeny tiny bit goes a really long way. Today we're taking Makeup Geek Kaleidoscope pigment. It's like a purpley silver blue iridescence. And I work with these pigments, I usually take them right out of the cap. We're going to press on the lid and a little bit above my natural lid to meet our crease line that we created. I'm going to tightline my upper lash line with this NARS Larger Than Life pencil in Via Venito. Okay, so now I'm going to curl up my lashes and add some mascara. I'm going to be using my Milk Ubame mascara in the shade Inked today. And I'm going to be using lashes today. These are the House of Lashes and Sephora collaboration in the shade Everlasting. I'm going to apply my lashes off camera because every time I do them on camera, it becomes a mess. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have my lashes on, I am going to go onto my face and then we'll come back and finish the eyes after that. Where did... Oh. I'm going to first prime with the Smashbox primer water and then with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer in number 2 smoothing. For my foundation today, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Ivory. But before I do that, I'm going to fix some areas of blemishes with the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Concealer Crayon. I don't think you can tell on camera, but the concealer is about one shade darker than my skin tone, and this is on purpose so that it kind of shadows those areas, which is what we want to do. So now I'm going to get my Givenchy powder ready for baking. I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Light to apply to my under eyes. I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender. Alrighty, and I'm going to let my face bake for a couple minutes. And we're going to do our brows while it does. So I'm not going to do anything too fancy with my brows because they need to be done. Are you guys surprised? No. I know. Just going to use my NYX brow gel to kind of fill them in and keep them from running a little too wild. And I'm also going to contour real quick. I'm going to be taking the lightest shade in the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I'm going to carve out my cheeks, and then I'm going to add a little bit more powder underneath to bake that area as well so that we have a nice sharp contour. And I'm going to take the medium tone shade in the palette and I'm going to use it to bronze up the rest of my skin before we bake the contour. I'm going to take the NARS liner again and I'm going to line my lower waterline with it. I'm going to take the shade number 5 from the BECCA palette and I'm going to tightly run this along the lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm going to take the same pencil brush and shade 3 and smoke it out. For blush, I'm going to take the Shade and Light Contour Blush from Kat Von D in Piaf. You can't get this anymore, I'm so sorry. And for my highlight, I'm going to be taking Moonstone from BECCA. And dust away all of the powder and then blend my blush and highlight into the contour. Then for lips, we're going to be taking the NYX Lip Pencil in Natural and then MAC's Creme Cup on top. Okay, so Sean came home right as I was doing my lips, and I don't know why, but I always feel really awkward filming and like talking to myself, talking to the camera when he's home. So unfortunately I got too distracted to film my closing, but I did want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me a comment letting me know what's going on in your beauty corner of the world. Don't forget to click on the link in my description box or at the end of the video to stay up to date on what's going on in my beauty corner of the world. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Love ya! What's up, Rockstars? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a tutorial on the look that I am wearing right now.